What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video we're going to be discussing Xpeng. We're going to talk about where I think it's headed, at least for the moment, and just the overall outlook on Xpeng. Now before we get into this video, if you haven't already, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much for being here, guys, and let's get right into this technical analysis. Now I would like to mention that the overall market's been taking a dump, right? So it seems like the EVs, specifically the Chinese EV stocks, have been following the overall market, which is, it's weird. Normally they didn't typically follow it, but for some reason now they've been following the overall market. Now I've talked about this in other videos, not specifically Xpeng videos, but I said what's happening right now is sector rotation. So we're seeing money moved out of, tech stocks, Chinese EV stocks. We're seeing it moved out of them and returning to financials, airlines, hotel stocks, just those really stocks that really were hurt during the pandemic. So Carnival pushed up, is down today. There was a couple other ones, financials. So let's look at BAC. Yep, this one. Where do we start a sell-off? We started the sell-off around here, January 29th. That's where we started one sell-off. And then ever since then, really, Bank of America, a lot of financials have been just pushing up. So this whole sell-off on tech and the Chinese EVs have been specifically just sector rotation. It's not been panic. There's been a couple days where, the huge volume red candles come in, but for the most part, it's been low volume, the sell-off, and then we're just rotating the money out of these tech names, and unfortunately, the Chinese EVs are affected by that as well for some reason. Now, for Xpeng, it's taking a hit. Neo, at first Neo, it was doing okay, and then it finally succumbed to it and it's been downtrending as well. So Xpeng, unfortunately, is down 43% from this 48 high. We're down to 27.52 on Xpeng, down another 6% today. Neo's around the same fate. It's down, what is that, 6.5%? Yeah, so it's suffering as well. Now, I drew this last line out here the other day, talked about that we had this gap right here, and that this seems like it would be a good support, and it's holding support. So yesterday it tagged it twice, buyer showed up, and then today we had this huge just downtrend in the morning, right? It pushed down, and then we kind of just hung out right here, $25. Then we found buyers, and what's happening right now is we're getting underneath that line. This line right here is at 27.55. That's the line I didn't want us getting under. Wanted us to hold there, and hopefully we do close above that, because if not, we may have some more room to fall down. Now, I hate if we ever get this low on Xpeng, but the next really strong support is right here at $23. That would hurt. That would hurt a lot of people. And the reason I'm saying that's the next strong support, it was a resistance over here, then we gapped up, tested. So that is our next level of interest that we have to watch out for buyers and sellers. Now, Xpeng is doing the same pattern as Neo, just a straight cliff, jump off a cliff. Hey, we're selling everything. There's not hardly any buyers here whatsoever. Now, Xpeng, they report earnings, I think, it seems like it's the 8th. Yeah, the 8th. So that's coming up. I do not know what's in store for Xpeng just because of this aggressive sell-off. I do know that sellers are here, buyers are not. Let's take a look at the RSI. You're about to see how low the RSI is. The RSI is literally at the floor. I mean, Xpeng can continue to sell off, but the RSI for Xpeng has never been this low. And now I don't use indicators to trade, but I do like to look at this sometimes to compare, what's happening with the stock. And right now, Xpeng's at the floor. But it could always keep going lower. The low that it can go is literally 0, guys. You might ask, how low can Xpeng go? Well, 0 is the answer for that. Now, if we want to talk about, buyers showing up, what needs to happen? Okay, well, let's do that scenario for you guys. So I mentioned this in my Neo video. We need to start basing out here. So right now we're dealing with this. A straight vertical drop, okay? That's a downtrend. We all know what that looks like. For a base, you have this. You have consolidation. So that's a base right here. A base symbolizes there's no more selling pressure and there's no more buying pressure. So you're stuck right there at that just horizontal line. That's why you have that base, because there's no pressure to both sides. So it's neutral. It's kind of like neutral. Now, once we have that base, then it can do one or two things. It can either keep falling back down, or this is where the buyers show up and we just push up. So obviously, if you are bullish Xpeng, you definitely want that to happen. You want the base, and then you want the push up on Xpeng. Now, we have a lot. A lot's going to have to happen for us for the buyers to show up. We have to stop the selling pressure and then continue up. The levels I'm looking at for though once the buyers do start to show up is getting above 40.29. That was a strong support here. We need to get back in that channel. Once we get back in that channel, then I'm ultimately looking for a push up to $48. Needs to get above that, then we're back on the bullish train. But our first goal, at least for Xpeng, is getting back in this horizontal channel. We were in this channel for a while. We were just piggybacking. We got above, then we got below, then we fell below. But I would like to see us get back above here, and maybe it can consolidate for a week or two, and then we gear up. So that's what I'm looking at, guys. I'm looking for us to get back above that 40.29 to get back in that channel. Until then, the selling pressure is still here, and there's no sign of reversal. So we'll just have to let Xpeng do its thing. We'll have to wait for the market to recover, and then we'll have to go from there. Either way, guys, I did hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's pretty short, but I just want to get this video out to you guys to just show you my analysis on Xpeng and that we have to wait for buyers because they're not present right now. I will see you guys in the next video.